Hi everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. In today's video, we are going to learn about error handling in JavaScript using try, catch, finally, and throw keywords. So this is a super important because error are sometimes some things we all face in coding, and knowing how to handle them, we can save our lot of headache. Now, why learn error handling? Well, first of all, it prevents our program from crashing. Imagine you are running an app and suddenly it breaks because of a tiny bug. That's a terrible user experience. Secondly, it makes debugging much easier. That is, since you can log and understand what went wrong, it also helps provide a better experience for the user. And finally, it is absolutely essential when dealing with the real world stuff like API calls, unexpected inputs, or database error. So now what exactly is an error in JavaScript? An error is simply an issue that happens while program is running. So there are three main types: syntax error. These happen when you write code incorrectly, for example, missing a bracket. Runtime error. This occurs while the code is running, like calling a function that does not exist. Logical error. These are sneaky ones where your code runs fine but you gives the wrong result. And that is why we need error handling. Now first one is a try catch. JavaScript gives us a way to catch error using the try catch. We put the risky code inside a try block, and if something goes wrong, the catch block will handle it gracefully instead of crashing the program. So let's move to VS Code and see the example for this. So if you see this try catch block, try let result is equal to 10 by 0. I am dividing the 10 divided by 0, and now console.log and a catch block with an error, and this is a line just to check. Now if I run this, I get result is equal to infinity and code continues even after runs. So why I get result is equal to infinity? Because division by 0, this is not an error in JavaScript, but let's pretend it is risky. So when I divide by 10 by 0, it gives infinity and result is equal to infinity. And in the line number 10, I get that the try catch block is closed. Code continues even after error. So this is line number 10. Now next is the finally block. So sometimes we want to run some cleanup code no matter what happens, whether there is an error or not. That's where the finally block comes in. The finally blocks always run, and it is super useful for things like closing a file, disconnecting from a database, or stopping a loading spinner in a web app. So this is an example of the try catch and finally keywords example block. So here try block start console.log start of try block. I throw an error, a throw new error, custom error occur, and now the catch block start, it catches this error, custom error occur, this one, and print the message. And now the finally block always occur whether the catch block is running or not, try block is run or not. This block is always run, and this is the end of this try catch block. Now if I run this, I get start of try block, catch an error, custom error occur, as I already tell you, and finally block always run cleanup here, this line number 22, and the program continues from line number 25. Now this is the finally block. Next is the throw keyword. So this allows us to manually generate errors when something is wrong. For example, if we are writing a divide function, and we can throw an error when someone tries to dividing by 0. So as we see here, 10 by 0, I get infinity. But if I want to give an error whether it is not allowed and not possible, how can I give? So here try block console.log. So basically I have a function divide, and I am checking if b is equal to 0. I just throw a error division by 0 is not allowed, and if b is not equal to 0, just return a divided by 0. And we are calling this function inside a try catch block here. Result divide 10 by 2 works fine, but divide 10 by 0, it will throw an error, and this error comes in the catch block here. If I run this, let me comment this first. Yes, now when I run this divide 10 by 2, I get 5 here, result is equal to 5. But here console.log 10 divided by 0, it gives it's throw an error, and the error comes in the line number 42 error catch, and the error message division by 0 is not allowed. And you can also modify this. This is completely on your side. Like I just divide by 0, not allow. Just run this gap not all. So these are the some try catch block, finally block, throw keyword. So common use cases for this is we actually use error handling in real life, validating user inputs, handling errors while when calling API, reading or writing files in Node.js, and most importantly preventing apps from crashing in production. Now before we wrap up, here are some best practices for error handling. Always be specific with the error messages so you know what went wrong. Use the final block to clean up resources and avoid exposing the sensitive details in the error message. And remember, use try catch for risky code, not for every single line of code. And that is for the error handling in JavaScript. Now you know how to use try catch, finally and throw. And I will definitely tell you, you will use the try catch block in the while building the APIs in the projects. In the next video, we will continue with the more JavaScript concepts step by step. If you find this useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to JDCodebase for more short and practical tutorials. See you in the next one.